for the winner by unanimous decision, and new undisputed.
Before the belts, before the bright lights, before the roar of the crowd, there was just a girl with something to prove. In a sport built on violence and doubt, she built her name on power and belief. She didn't grow up rich. She didn't grow up famous. She grew up fighting. The world once asked if women belonged in the cage. She answered with knockouts. Greatness isn't given, it's taken, one punch at a time. From a small town in Brazil to the top of the fighting world, her rise was anything but ordinary. Some fighters chased titles. She chased history. 48 seconds was all it took to silence the doubters. Every legend has a beginning. Hers began with hunger. This is not just the story of a champion. This is the story of the lioness. Amanda Nunes was born on May 30th, 1988, in a small town called Pojuca in Brazil. Life there was simple, and money was not always easy to find. When Amanda was only 4 years old, her parents separated. She and her sisters were raised by their mother, who worked very hard to take care of them. Amanda was full of energy as a child. She loved to run, play, and compete. She did not grow up dreaming about fighting in a cage. At first, she dreamed about playing soccer and becoming a professional athlete in her country. As a young girl, Amanda loved sports more than anything else. Soccer was her first passion, and she played with strong emotion and confidence. She was not afraid of anyone on the field. Sometimes her competitive spirit led her into street fights. Instead of punishing her harshly, her mother decided to guide her energy in a better direction. Amanda's family already had fighting in their blood. Her mother had tried boxing, and her uncle fought in Brazil's Vale Tudo matches. Being around fighters helped Amanda understand that discipline and strength could change her life. When Amanda was 16 years old, she walked into a Brazilian jiu-jitsu gym for the first time. That moment changed everything. She quickly fell in love with the sport. She enjoyed learning how to control opponents using technique instead of just power. Soon, she moved to Salvador, a bigger city, to train seriously. Life was not easy there. She lived inside the gym and woke up early every morning to clean the mats before practice. She trained mostly with men who were stronger and bigger. Instead of feeling afraid, Amanda used it as motivation to improve. Training every day made Amanda tougher, both in body and in mind. She competed in jiu-jitsu tournaments and began winning medals. Even though she was talented, she was still very poor. Winning competitions did not always bring enough money to survive comfortably. Amanda knew she needed something bigger. She began training in boxing and other fighting styles. Slowly, she became a complete mixed martial artist. She believed that if she worked hard enough, she could build a better life for herself and her family. That dream pushed her forward during the hardest days. In 2008, Amanda made her professional MMA debut. It did not go as planned. She lost in only 35 seconds. Many fighters would feel embarrassed and quit after such a fast defeat. Amanda felt disappointed, but she did not give up. 3 months later, she returned to the cage stronger and more focused. This time, she won in just 11 seconds. That victory gave her confidence. She continued winning fights in Brazil, many by knockout. People started to notice her power and aggression. She was becoming known as a dangerous striker. Amanda realized that to grow even more, she needed to fight in the United States. She moved there with little money and very limited English. It was a brave and risky decision. In America, she fought in Strikeforce and made a strong impression with a quick knockout. However, her journey was not perfect. She faced injuries and difficult losses. At times, she doubted herself. Living far from home was hard, but each setback taught her something important. Instead of breaking her spirit, these challenges made her smarter and more determined to succeed. A very important change happened in Amanda's life when she met fellow fighter Nina Ansaroff, now known as Amanda Nunes. At first, they trained together. Later, they became close friends and then partners. Nina helped Amanda learn English and adjust to life in the United States. More importantly, Nina helped Amanda understand the mental side of fighting. Amanda realized that being strong was not only about muscles, it was also about calm thinking and emotional balance. With Nina's support, Amanda began to grow not just as a fighter, but also as a person. In 2013, Amanda signed with the UFC, the biggest MMA organization in the world. This was the opportunity she had worked for since leaving Brazil. In her UFC debut, she won in impressive fashion and showed the world her power. Fight after fight, she climbed the rankings. Then came the biggest moment of her career so far, UFC 200. She fought Miesha Tate for the Bantamweight Championship. Amanda dominated the fight and finished it in the first round. She became the first Brazilian woman to win a UFC title. Soon after winning the belt, Amanda faced one of the most famous fighters in the sport, Ronda Rousey. Rousey was a global star and former champion. Many people believed this fight would be close. Instead, Amanda shocked the world. She attacked with powerful punches from the very start. In only 48 seconds, the fight was over. Amanda had defeated one of the biggest names in women's MMA. That night changed everything. She was no longer just a champion. She became the face of the division and a symbol of a new era. Amanda did not stop there. She wanted to prove she was the best in every way. She moved up in weight to challenge Cris Cyborg, a feared champion who many believed was unbeatable. At UFC 232, Amanda delivered one of the most surprising performances in MMA history. She knocked Cyborg out in less than a minute. With that victory, Amanda became the first woman in UFC history to hold two belts at the same time. She was now champion in two divisions, something very few fighters had ever achieved. Over the next few years, Amanda defended her titles again and again. She defeated top fighters like Holly Holm, Germaine de Randamie, and Megan Anderson. She also beat Valentina Shevchenko twice in hard battles. Her record became stronger with every victory. Fans and experts began calling her the greatest female fighter of all time. She was powerful, skilled, and intelligent inside the cage. More importantly, she stayed humble. Amanda always remembered her difficult childhood and the people who helped her reach the top. In 2021, something unexpected happened. Amanda lost her bantamweight title to Juliana Pena. It was her first loss in many years. Some people wondered if her time at the top was ending, but Amanda refused to let one defeat define her career. In the rematch, she came back stronger than ever. She controlled the fight for 5 rounds and won her belt back. This victory proved her greatness once again. She showed the world that even champions can fall, but true legends rise again. Outside the cage, Amanda's life was also changing. She and Nina started a family and welcomed their daughter. Becoming a mother gave Amanda a new kind of strength and purpose. She often spoke about fighting for her family and for young girls who looked up to her. Amanda also became an important figure in the LGBTQ community as one of the first openly gay UFC champions. She proudly represented who she was and inspired many people to feel confident and strong in their own lives. Years of intense training and hard fights began to affect Amanda's body. She suffered from nerve damage in her legs and often felt pain after competitions. Still, she continued to compete at the highest level. In 2023, she fought Irene Aldana at UFC 289 and won by decision. After the fight, she placed her gloves in the center of the octagon and announced her retirement. It was an emotional moment. Amanda said she had done everything she wanted in the sport. She felt proud and complete. Amanda Nunes' story is about more than championships and knockouts. It is about hard work, courage, and believing in yourself when life is difficult. From a small town in Brazil to the biggest stages in MMA, she built her legacy step by step. She broke records and changed how people see women's fighting. Today, many call her the greatest of all time. Her journey teaches us that success does not come from comfort. It comes from sacrifice, discipline, and never giving up on your dreams. The lioness will always be remembered.